Hey guys, Golden here, and welcome back to another Fortnite Mobile update video. Today, in this video, we're going to be talking about 120 FPS confirmed, FOV slider, leaked settings, and much more. If you're new to my channel and find yourself enjoying today's video, then be sure to go down below and subscribe with those post notifications on. Honestly, if you play Fortnite Mobile and are not yet subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Also, to support me even further, then please consider using code GOLDEN before every single purchase in the Fortnite item shop. By the way, supporter creator codes also now support me when you buy bundles and stuff, so make sure you do put in a code. Also, I'm sorry for not uploading last week. I was extremely sick all week and I could basically barely talk, and I'm a little sick right now if you can hear, but I'm just super sorry. I promise I'm going to be coming back with a bang, and this video is going to be fire. Speaking of fire, by the way, I just dropped some fire merch, which I'll put on screen. If you want to support me and also get some sweet things, you can pick up some of the softest merchandise with the link in the description. Of course, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you're not, I hope this video can make your day just a little bit better. Since I haven't done a news video in a while, this video is going to be absolutely action packed, and you're not going to want to miss 0.5 seconds of today's video, so make sure you watch to the very end. By the way, one more thing, I'm sorry if my S's sound kind of weird in this video. It's kind of weird. I think it's because I'm getting braces that my teeth are kind of just getting worse, and now my S's sound like a snake. Anyways, either way, you guys know I don't want to waste your guys' time, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the mobile news. The first thing we have to talk about in today's video is the mobile chat app. With this week's update, we basically got a brand new app inside of Fortnite Mobile called the chat app. And this is basically an app built into the original Fortnite Mobile app, which allows you to interact with your friends list. It lets you do things like add people, and you can also customize your profile picture to whatever skin and background you want. I'll quickly play the trailer for you guys. Sorry it didn't have sound. I wasn't able to record it with sound. But anyways, roll it. So as you can see, this is for sure a pretty awesome addition. It's kind of similar to the Xbox or PlayStation app, if anyone knows what those are. Or you could even say it's kind of like Discord, where you can invite your friends to a call and party up without needing to fully load up Fortnite. Also, the day this was released, Fortnite ended up actually getting all the way to, I believe, number 2 on the top charts. However, now it's kind of dipped down, but that does for sure show this did get a lot of new mobile players, or at least Fortnite players, to download the Fortnite Mobile app. I know someone from Epic's probably watching this, maybe the mobile community dude or whoever it may be, and I do have some small recommendations to how you could maybe improve this feature. The first recommendation is maybe adding an option for you to check the item shop, because it can be annoying having to fully load up the game just to check the shop. And maybe also, a challenges section. I think it could also be cool to be able to check your locker and V-Bucks count. Just some small stuff like that I think could for sure make this feature a lot cooler. And if you really want to make this feature awesome, for Save the World users, maybe you could add a section to just simply claim your daily reward, because I've had Save the World for about a year now and never really get to claim my rewards due to it not being on mobile. I don't know, just some recommendations. I also like how they made it like the Epic Games launcher, and who knows, maybe sometime in the future they'll add more games to this. But for now, I think this is definitely a great start. This feature actually got leaked and I talked about it a while ago, so I'm definitely happy to hear that we finally ended up getting it. Either way, be sure to let me know your guys' thoughts on the brand new feature down below. Next in the news. Holy, does it feel good to say that again. Colorblind and gamma settings. So for those of you who don't know, on PC and I believe console, you have these colorblind settings. And of course, most of you know by now, these can give you a bunch of advantages in many different ways. from things like seeing through the storm, etc. And these colorblind settings are trying to adjust your display, like your gamma, saturation, stuff like that, to help colorblind players. However, of course, most people who use this aren't actually colorblind, including Mongrel. They're just trying to use this to get some of the advantages. iOS and Android already have this feature in settings, but I think it would be a lot cooler to be able to adjust these settings in-game. In good news, it looks like we could be seeing this feature coming to Fortnite Mobile, or at least some sort of gamma and saturation settings. Sandy posted a picture showing some screenshots of the Fortnite Mobile code saying new gamma plus contrast settings were added. And in the picture, you can see settings for display gamma and user interface contrast. So it does for sure look like we could be seeing some more options in terms of your saturation and stuff like that in the near future. While we're in the code, there's also a new thing they added into the code called show temperature, meaning along with the new gamma settings and stuff, we could be seeing the ability to see our device's temperature as well. I don't know about you guys, but I remember when I played on my phone, my device literally felt like 200 degrees, so this is definitely going to be an interesting feature to say the least. And also very good for competitive, so you can know if your device is going to be lagging or not during like end games. Pretty exciting stuff to say the least, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if we ended up getting this feature hopefully sometime in the near future. Be sure to quickly stop and let me know down below if you guys would want any of these features added to Fortnite Mobile. Next in the news, iOS 13. So this week, iOS 13 officially dropped, and honestly, I don't know what to say. iOS 13 is still broken with Fortnite. So first off, I believe they made the taskbar at the top easier to drag down, so for iPhone users, it can get super annoying. And also, the 3-tap glitch came back again. Overall, iOS 13 is just completely broken, so if you did upgrade, I highly recommend downgrading ASAP. And if you haven't upgraded and were thinking about upgrading, don't. There's also a bug with beta 2, I believe, which would kick you out of every game, and my trio manual actually ended up experiencing this, and we literally couldn't play for a week. Absolutely crazy. So I'm just warning you guys, even though iOS 13 is officially out, it still has bugs, and I would definitely not recommend upgrading just yet. Android users, you guys are lucky. Next in the news, 120 FPS. 120 FPS has always sounded crazy, and the idea of Fortnite Mobile getting it hasn't really been brought up too much. However, finally, Epic's confirmed they might actually be working on adding 120 FPS sometime in the future. After someone made a post talking about the delayed audio bug, someone replied to this post asking, "Are you guys ever going to add 120 FPS for iPad Pro? Or at least tell us if it's being looked at, how you did with building/editing sensitivities." And the mobile community dude, of course, responded by saying this: "The words 120 FPS in mobile have been spoken, but the reality is that it won't happen anytime soon. We still have devices that need to be looked at and run 60 correctly before we jump into any further FPS improvements on mobile." I don't know about you guys, but I'm taking it as a W. Because they basically just confirmed we could actually be seeing 120 FPS coming sometime in the future. The only thing is we have no idea when the future is, because they said most likely in the far future, which is kind of disappointing. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like Epic is focusing more on improving the current FPS options and stability, which does for sure make sense. So definitely don't expect this for a while. However, this does for sure confirm this feature is in their mind, which again is a W. Also, keep in mind that 90% of devices that run Fortnite Mobile wouldn't be able to run 120 FPS since they don't have the Hertz display. However, this could be cool for some devices. I would definitely love to see 120 FPS coming sometime in the future. The last thing we have to talk about in today's video is updates. So of course, as you all know, I haven't made one of these videos in about a month now, so of course, I haven't gone over most of the updates. But instead of reading out every single update and patch, I'm just gonna briefly go over some of the important updates. So let's get right into it. First off, starting off with a big change, we finally got building and editing sensitivity. This was an insane change, and now that means you can have an extremely high building sensitivity but an extremely low sensitivity for aiming and such. We've been wanting this feature for a very long time, and it was confirmed to be being worked on when Ducky visited Epic half a year ago, so I'm definitely happy to hear we finally got this feature. Not only that, we also got the option to lower our aim acceleration strength, which I know a lot of people have been wanting added for a very long time. We also now got an option to enable and disable toggle targeting, meaning you can now hold it to use it. Another benefit to this addition is now we can ADS spam or LT spam, which, as you know, console players have been able to do for a while, so this is definitely a massive change for mobile. They added a new edit button which basically resets your editing every time you tap it. So basically scroll wheel editing, for those of you who know what that is. Ducky explained this new feature really well, so I'm going to quickly roll a clip of him explaining it.
So the first one is that you now only need 2 taps to properly edit something. So before you need to tap, you need to edit this, and you need to tap again to confirm. So if you tap the edit once, and then you hold the targeted editing, once you release it, it's going to go ahead and confirm the edit, which is super sick. So you can now edit things super fast. So as you can see right here, I have an edited build. If I tap the button in the top right, it selects the edit, and if I tap it again, it'll reset and confirm it. So before, once again, you had to tap the edit button, tap reset, and then hit edit again. If I look around at each of them and just spam tap them, it basically gets the job done. And so how you get the editing feature is turn on confirm edit on release. And then how you get the new reset edit button is edit and toggle reset. It looks just like the normal edit button, but as you can see in the top right hand corner, edit and toggle reset. So I hope this little video sort of explained the new mobile features, and I'll be releasing a super in-depth video tonight going over all the features.
As you can see, this is definitely an awesome feature that I personally am using now, so good job, Epic. They finally added 60 FPS to the iPhone X. But honestly though, this should have been done a while ago. The fact that the iPhone 8 got it, but the X didn't, really didn't make sense. So I hope all you iPhone X players are happy. Moving on to the more recent updates, we of course got the Party Hub section of the Fortnite Mobile app, which we talked about earlier in the video. And finally, we basically got an FOV slider for Fortnite Mobile iPads. Once again, I'll have Ducky explain it. Huge shouts out to him for explaining all of these new features.
Okay, so PC players are about to get pretty mad once again about mobile getting features nothing else is getting. So a feature on iOS is that you can split screen apps. So what this means is you'll drag another app up, put it on the side of the screen so you can multitask it. What this does is changes the FOV of Fortnite. So you can either play super zoomed in, or if you drag this out, you literally get like 120 FOV. Like I don't understand. This is I'm not doing anything. I can walk around. My HUD is obviously super small and super messed up, but we now have insane reds. It's like 1:1. That's like what my aspect ratio is. It's a square now. I literally have a 1:1 1080 by 1080 freaking res on mobile. Dude, this is alpha.
That's absolutely crazy. These past couple weeks I've been out have been the best updates I think mobile has ever seen. We just got so many advantages against other platforms, including the ability to L2 spam, basically an FOV slider, scroll wheel editing, and of course building and editing sensitivities. I know I just made a video about Fortnite Mobile dying, but I genuinely think this could bring back the game. Aside from us not getting over 60 FPS, I think it's fair to say we now have the most competitive advantages versus other platforms, if we can get good with these features. These changes are a huge step for the Fortnite Mobile community, and I think it's time for you to all start grinding, because we now have the ability to become insane with all these new crazy features. I want to see a mobile player be in World Cup next year. Anyways guys, that's unfortunately the end of today's video. I truly hope you guys did enjoy. If you made it this far, then I'm 100% sure you did enjoy. So be sure to subscribe with those post notifications on for more videos like this one. Also, as payment for me making these videos, you have to drop a like. I put the time into making this video, and all I ask from you is to drop a simple like. If you want to support what I do for you guys, a reminder, you can use my code before purchasing packs and as well as item shop items. So be sure to use code GOLDEN before purchasing every single purchase. Either way, make sure you guys check out the newest merch down below. You can follow all my socials as well with all the links down below. My Twitter is I'mGoldenYT. My Instagram is also I'mGoldenYT. My Twitch, by the way, I stream like 3 times a week on my Twitch, Golden FNM. Please follow me there. I would greatly appreciate a follow on all of these platforms. But either way, thanks so much for watching to the very end. I really do appreciate it. I'll put on screen some of the people who watched to the very end of the last video. If you want to feature like these people, then be sure to comment that merch is fire. I repeat, that merch is fire on today's video. Also, there's a good chance you'll get a heart from me, so go do it. Also, shouts out to all the people with notifications on. But either way, this has been Golden. Do with this information as you will, and I'll see ya hopefully next Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. I'll see you eventually. Acai.